Hello and welcome to News Now on TV360. I'm Thelma Okoro. The Nigerian police have arrested a man plotting to bomb the third mainland bridge in Lagos State, Nigeria's commercial city. The suspect has been identified as Abiodun Amos. Authorities say he is the leader of a militant gang, although the name of the gang hasn't been provided by the police force. Amos was arrested on the 2nd of November in a hideout at the bank of Majidun River in Ikorodu area of Lagos State. Police say 2 AK-47 rifles were recovered from him during the operation. In his confessional statement, Amos named other members of the militant group still at large. However, authorities are yet to reveal the motive behind the planned attack. The Nigerian army says Boko Haram fighters fleeing an attack on their base last week may have used some of the Chibok schoolgirls as human shields to prevent being fired upon by fighter jets. The girls, numbering over 250, were kidnapped by Boko Haram militants from their school in government secondary school in the town of Chibok in Borno State, northeast Nigeria, on the night of the 14th of April 2014. It is believed Boko Haram was hoping to use the girls as a negotiating pawn in exchange for some of their commanders in prison. A number of the schoolgirls have managed to escape, while 21 others were freed by the sect. However, there are still 219 girls in Boko Haram's custody. The Nigerian army launched an intense assault on the insurgents last week, dislodging them from their camps in Sambisa Forest and arresting over 1,200 of its members. The group has killed over 15,000 people and displaced more than 2 million others during its insurgency. An arrested Boko Haram suspect has warned of pending attacks in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. The suspect, identified as Usman, was arrested by security operatives in Abuja. A statement by AMAC spokesman Kingsley Madaki said the suspect was found at Utako Market with a Quran while trying to lobby people in the market. The suspect has been handed over to the Nigerian army for investigation. AMAC, however, called on residents in the city to be alert and report any suspicious movement to security agencies. Boko Haram insurgents have fled Sambisa Forest, which is one of their major hideouts, following an invasion by the Nigerian army. The Adamawa state government has announced plans to shut down all internally displaced persons camps in the state by January 2017. Deputy Governor of the state, Martins Babale, made this known in Yola while briefing newsmen. Babale says the administration was not happy with the existence of IDP camps in the state. He said the government is working on settling the displaced people in villages, adding that between now and January 30th, all IDP camps should have left the camps. President Muhammad Buhari on December 24th announced that the Nigerian army has crushed the Islamic sect and seized their headquarters in Sambisa Forest, Borno State, northeast Nigeria. This development saw the return of over 3,000 IDPs who fled the insurgency-ravaged northeast region. Nigeria's Federal Road Safety Commission (FRSC) says about 187 deaths were recorded in 289 road crashes this holiday season. This was contained in a statement issued by FRSC spokesman Bisi Kazim. According to Kazim, the crashes involved over 2,000 people, with 1,000 others suffering injuries, while 998 were rescued alive. The Road Safety Commission had earlier cautioned travelers to drive safely and obey traffic rules during the festive season. Nigeria's most senior Muslim cleric has rejected a new gender equality bill which proposes that men and women inherit an equal share. The Sultan of Sokoto, Mohammed Said Abubakar, said Muslims would not accept the violation of Islamic law guaranteeing men a greater share. Nigeria's main Christian body has also welcomed the bill, saying its religion permitted equal inheritance for both men and women. Activists have pushed for the bill to end discrimination against women in Nigeria. Nigeria is a deeply religious society with roughly the same number of Christians and Muslims. President Muhammad Buhari has assured that as the chairman of ECOWAS contact group on Guinea-Bissau, he will do his best to ensure that the country does not fall back into a crisis. Receiving the Prime Minister of Guinea-Bissau at the State's House, the President expressed satisfaction on the gradual return of normalcy to the West African country, assuring the visiting Prime Minister of Nigeria's continued support to political stability in Guinea-Bissau. The President urged the leaders to work hard to reach a lasting solution to the political crisis in the country. A national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, John Oyegun, has expressed confidence that no party will survive the ruling All Progressives Congress in the upcoming elections in the country. Oyegun said this in reaction to the proposed formation of a mega party to challenge the ruling party. Oyegun was speaking with journalists in Benin City and he denied claims that the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the national leader of the APC, Senator Bola Tinubu, were involved in the formation of a new party. Oyegun, however, encouraged the formation of the mega party, saying that with the gradual collapse of the PDP, he wants that a new party be formed to sit up and make the APC sit up on their toes in terms of delivery of services to the Nigerian people. The Ijaw Youth Council has called on the Nigerian government to pay the backlog of stipends owed to ex-militants. The council spokesman Eric Omare in a statement said ex-militants under the amnesty program are being owed 5 months' arrears of stipends. Omare urged the government to pay the backlog of stipends, saying the non-payment had subjected the ex-militants to untold hardship and miserable Christmas celebrations.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We're only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came out with this one? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. The Naira on Thursday weakened to 4.90 against the US dollar at the parallel market after appreciating to 4.85 to a dollar during the Christmas break. The Nigerian currency lost 5 points, representing a depreciation of 1.03%, while the pound sterling and the euro closed at 5.90 and 502 respectively. At the official interbank market, the Naira traded at 305.25 Naira to a dollar. Traders say the Naira could hit the 500 mark by next week as dollar scarcity persists and the central bank cuts supply to forex operators. Now, it's not just the Nigerian currency that has taken a tumble in 2016. A few countries have seen the value of their currencies fall dramatically. The Egyptian pound is currently down more than 59% against the US dollar. This comes about a month after Egypt took the radical decision to let its currency float freely in November this year. The Turkish lira plunged 6% in the immediate aftermath of a failed military coup in July this year. The lira had shed 18% against the US dollar by late December. Now, the currency of Argentina, the second largest economy in South America, also struggled in 2016. The peso lost 17% against the US dollar. Even the British pound wasn't spared in 2016 as June's vote to leave the EU sent the British pound plunging. It's down 17% against the US dollar. The Mexican peso was hammered by Donald Trump's presidential campaign and election victory. Trump's anti-trade and anti-immigrant stance helped push the currency 17% lower against the US dollar in 2016. Oil prices steadied on Thursday after a surprise increase in U.S. inventories helped stall an upward trend. This trend has pushed global crude benchmarks to their highest levels since July last year. U.S. crude was down at $53.86 per barrel, while Brent crude edged up to $56.27 per barrel. Both crude oil benchmarks have seen big gains this month since OPEC and other producers agreed to curb production in an attempt to balance an oversupplied fuel market. At least 50 people have been killed with over 10,000 homeless following intense flooding in the Democratic Republic of Congo port city of Boma. Describing the damage as very serious, Health Minister for Congo's Central Province said the torrential rains in the city caused the Kalamu River to overflow, flooding 2 districts of the southwestern city. She said a search is on for the bodies of missing persons. Scientific models predict that climate change will bring increased rainfall to Central Africa over the course of this century. Central and western parts of the Congo Basin are expected to be the worst hit in the incident. No fewer than 31 members of the Boko Haram Islamic sect have surrendered to Niger authorities. This will be the first time the Niger authorities will report such incidents. This development comes days after the Nigerian army crushed the sect, seizing all their strongholds, including their headquarters in the Zambisa forest in Borno State, northeast Nigeria. According to Niger authorities, the insurgents would be allowed to return to their families after undergoing a de-radicalization program. Boko Haram has carried out attacks and displaced more than 440,000 persons in Niger since February 2015. Niger, Chad and Nigeria launched simultaneous operations against insurgent strongholds since July this year. Russian authorities have officially admitted to widespread doping operations not only at the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics, but also multiple Olympic Games. In an interview with the New York Times, officials acknowledged the program, but denied it was state-sponsored. A report on December 9th claimed that more than 1,000 Russians benefited from a doping cover-up between 2011 and 2015. The Russian Olympic Committee is, however, yet to comment on the recent development. Ex-Manchester City and United striker Carlos Tevez has signed for Chinese Super League side Shanghai Shenhua. The club confirmed this on Thursday but gave no details were given on the contract. The latest signing, which is a deal worth 40 million euros, including a salary in excess of 310,000 euros a week, makes Tevez the highest paid football star. Tevez played for 7 years in Premier League and won the title with both Manchester clubs. He also lifted the Champions League trophy with United in 2008 before joining Juventus in 2013, where he won 2 Italian Champions League. Well, that's all we have at this time. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Thelma Okoro.